Hey up you lot out there, we're back on the SCP Foundation wiki to read some more shizzle whizzle, isn't that right you two?
Yay!
Shizzle whizzle.
Shizzle
Anomalous
whizzle.
items and the actual SCPs themselves, as we like to do. See what's going on, see what freaky stuff we find.
Indeed. Connor's back with us today.
Hello.
There he is, yeah.
That's
Indeed.
me.
So, I think we'll just crack on, straight on then with the enormous items. So we're up to 081, and we're going to do, some of these ones here, maybe 10 or 20 more of these, and then get onto the SCPs themselves. So, anomalous item number 081, crossed out a glass statue of a non-Euclidean structure. In actuality, it is glass fragments of a statue originally composing a non-Euclidean structure. Recovered in 2013, current status in storage. Note, it was broken when I found it, says Agent Green.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, interesting. So hang on. What was it? What was it? It didn't seem very anomalous.
Yeah.
What
it says non-Euclidean structure, which I'm assuming means something really weird that technically would not be possible in sort of 3 dimensions, kind of.
Yeah, it could be, but then it's broken it because Agent Green broke it.
Broken now, yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Agent Green. He might have been demoted by 05 now for that.
I broke the statue, indeed.
That's what he said. He's like, 05, bring him in for the disciplinary hearing, and he's like, what did you do? I didn't break it. I didn't, honestly. I didn't.
No, I didn't. I didn't break it at all. Yes.
He's become a D class now. Or Agent Green.
God.
Yeah.
Severe
wow.
punishment. Wow. Item number 082, a drawing of a dog that, when viewed by an illiterate individual, teaches them how to read and write Latvian. Current status, in level 1 document storage at site blank.
Well, I mean, if you
That's
don't know
useful.
how to... Yeah. Well, it's useful if you decided to move to Latvia.
Yeah.
But even so, I suppose it'd be decent, even if it's not in your own language. So if you're like English, French, German, and you suddenly know how to speak Latvian, but you still can't speak French or German or English, you can just go, right, I'm moving to Latvia. Bye, guys.
You can't speak Latvian either.
No, just read
Just
and write.
teaches you how to read and write.
Well, you just have to write it down and just talk to the Latvians when you get there.
Pretend to be mute. That'll work.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
Item description for 083, a Christmas tree that is impossible to disassemble. Date of recovery, 25th of December 2013, in the original location unknown. Secondary location is near the entrance tunnel to Site 14. Current status, in Site 14 break room as a decoration for Christmas.
Oh, well, that's nice since it's coming up to Christmas soon.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good place for it.
Yeah.
So it's always up. So no matter what you do, you can't take it down.
I assume you can move it around, maybe, if you like load it onto a trolley or something and just push it around, put it into a storage room.
You just can't. I wonder. It's like there's no further explanation as to what would happen if you try to disassemble it.
Nah, it's just impossible to disassemble. Nothing would happen if you tried, I guess.
Just as much as you try, and it will all fail.
Yes.
That's a good tree to go with the other SCP item, Mariah Carey.
All I want for Christmas is...
There
we go.
CD from Mariah Carey where she will not stop singing, and no matter what you do, you can't turn it off.
Oh no. Item description for the next one coaster. When placed on any horizontal surface, it leaves a circular water stain 6.3 centimeters in diameter. Stains left by this object have proven to be extremely difficult to remove. Date of recovery, 18th of September 1995, located in a brewery in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, I guess that is. Current status, accidentally destroyed under unknown circumstances.
So if it's accidentally destroyed, why has it not been crossed out? Like the
the other one.
Indeed, there's an inconsistency there. Foundation writers, get on it.
It's just Agent Green's poor admin.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that would be so annoying though. You could never remove the stain, no matter what you do. It'd always be there. That would look very bad because people keep scrubbing. It's not going. It's not moving. Can't get rid of it.
Sounds like one of my mugs. I've been drinking too many cups of tea.
Yeah, just got a constant stain. That's what you've got the coasters for. But this coaster's rubbish.
Yes. Next item, a Mark 19 Israel Military Industries Desert Eagle on 50-point Action Express with Picatinny rail. When held, it displays an ammo counter in the bottom right corner of the wielder's peripheral vision, and when fired, it displays a point value based on the target hit in base 5 numeration. No date of recovery, location Florida, USA, current status stored in Site-19 low value storage unit. Notes: it sounds cool, but the ammo counter is hard to focus on, which distracts you when you're trying to fire it, and it's nearly useless since you can barely make out the numbers. The scoring system has to be worked out on paper. There's no easy way of recording the numbers when you have to decode your score every time you shoot. Keep this thing far away from usable weapons, Agent Harrelson. So it's like it kind of gives you sort of a heads-up display in your vision that's really useless.
Exactly, yeah.
See your damage numbers and ammo.
Yes.
Hey, you get a HUD though for
Indeed.
free, even though it is very annoying.
I think whoever wrote that probably is a fan of FPS, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
Indeed. Next one. A pack of Redacted brand chewing gum containing 6 pieces of chewed gum. When chewed, they will revert to unchewed form. Rechewed pieces do not possess this property. Location of recovery was in Canada. Current status in storage inside blank. Notes: how do we figure out it did that? Yes.
Yeah.
That is a good question.
That would be a question. Oh dear.
Somebody likes pre-chewed gum, apparently.
Oh god, it's like when you put your hand under the desk in school. And
There's an even worse one than that, other than chewing gum. It's when you get some horrible kid who's wiped their bogies under the table.
You just got to leave, and then no one cleans it. Even though schools have cleaners, but I just don't think they bother.
Yeah, I guess they don't even think maybe to do that, but yeah, indeed.
Hopefully it's better now. I doubt it.
Yeah, doubt, but yeah. Next one, a tambourine hat that, when shaken, produces the sounds of a guitar. Staff claim to greatly enjoy it. Location of recovery was in England. Current status held in the Site-19 break room.
That's pretty cool tambourine.
Yeah.
That is. But that'd be cool as well because you could just like fool loads of people with it. Just be like, "Here's my tambourine. Why does it sound like a guitar? I'm sorry, are you hearing things?" You could call someone to have a mental breakdown. I'm sorry, I think you're hearing things.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, you could sort of claim to people that you can play the guitar. You just hold the guitar and a friend outside just shakes the hat and you just try and strum in time with the guitar notes.
It's not a hat.
Oh, sorry. I just misread that. For some reason, my brain, for some reason, misread it as tambourine hat that. I thought, why did it do that? It's just a tambourine. Never mind.
I think
probably that's another SCP item.
Yeah, tambourine hat. There we go.
It will be, no?
Well, let us quickly move on to the next one. Indeed. A pair of baby blue boxing gloves. If the boxing gloves are used to punch an infant in the jaw, the newborn will grow all of its adult teeth within the following 24 hours. Date of recovery, 10th of August, sometime in 2000s. Location of recovery, Glasgow, Scotland. Currently stored in Site-17 containment locker. How did they find this out?
How did we figure it did that?
Yeah, I think we need another one. Where's Dr. Redacted?
Yeah.
Why have you not put your back on this one?
Indeed.
Oh my god. Just not only have you just punched an infant in the jaw, but you've made them grow all the adult teeth, which is already when they're teething already, it's really painful for them. So they're experiencing double pain.
Just trying to picture in my head like a baby with a full set of adult teeth, and it's slightly disconcerting.
God, could have been done, you would hope, by accident. Just like, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Bang! Oh shit, sorry. Oh my god, what's going on with your teeth?
Dear me, yes. Well, on to the next one then. A Roman mosaic assembled in the 4th century CE depicting a creature resembling a stegosaurus. Outside its anachronism, it is not otherwise anomalous. No date, but location of recovery was the Villa Romana del Casale, Sicily, Italy. Current status in display at Site 77's Historical Anomalies Wing.
Oh, so I mean, it's not a hugely amazing thing, I think, on this one. Just
an anachronism.
Just
basically.
Yeah, so it's something that the Romans wouldn't have thought to do because they wouldn't really understand about the dinosaurs.
They wouldn't know what one is.
No.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So just throw that there.
Next one is a wooden pan flute. When played, an unidentified male voice will tell music-related puns in the player's first language. Date of recovery 1991 from a music shop in Salonika, Greece. Current status in storage.
So every time you play, it's just gonna do all these puns. That would be super annoying. That would be unbelievably annoying. You're just trying to play it, and even when you're trying to play it around someone, and they're making these weird like puns.
Yeah. Very strange.
It's like you're strumming me along.
Yes.
Oh, it's like we've got the flute here now.
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
no, put it with me here.
Well, on to anomalous items 91 to 100 then. So, next one is a red blank brand automobile. The automobile is reported to leave a trail of flames in air as it passes. It's also able to speed up to blank kilometers per hour. Location of recovery was somewhere in a family garage. Current status: last seen driven by Dr. Gerald, presumed destroyed.
Oh, hang on. That's very Back to the Future.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like a DeLorean of some kind.
Yeah.
Did Dr. Gerald basically accidentally time travel somewhere else?
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't time travel. It just leaves flames and then can go really fast. But
true. Yeah.
it's a film I need to see again. Back to the Future.
It's good film series.
I know. I really need to watch it. I said it in front of my dad. I said it in front of my dad, and I shouldn't have done that. Because you're like, what? You haven't seen them? Yeah.
Yes, because I have definitely also watched them.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't.
Well, you got some homework to do then.
I thought for a second, Connor, you'd had a heart attack then and could not speak in return. Just the shock of learning that I've never watched Back to the Future.
Well, I've watched them once, so
there we go.
And that was a long time ago. So I'm in the same boat, really.
Yeah,
Okay.
we gave. I'm sure, Connor. We gave Andrew some homework to watch the IT Crowd and this. So, did you do your homework, Andrew?
Sorry, as I said several weeks ago, my dog ate my homework.
Oh, okay. So it ate your TV or computer, did it?
It is DVD copy of IT Crowd.
Yeah, definitely
Gone
that. Next item is a black top hat. When worn, any sounds made by the person wearing it is replaced by an unidentified male voice saying an onomatopoeic word based on the sound. For instance, the sound of sneezing will be replaced by the word sneeze. Current status in storage.
that again, another one that could be used as a prank. I'd say.
Yes, indeed. Cough. Breathe.
Just be like if you're about to cough, just goes cough, and then why did you just say that? It's not me. It's bloody top hat.
Yes. Next one is a tin can labelled worms in white paint. Opening the lid reveals another lid directly underneath. Analysis has resulted in the conclusion that there may be a theoretically infinite sequence of lids. No date, but it was located in West Virginia. Current status in anomalous item containment locker. It's just lids all the way down.
But it's very lidish.
Indeed. And that's all we say about that one. There we go.
So there's no worms in it.
Nope.
So it's labelled worms, but it's just lid after lid after lid.
Lids.
Yeah.
Imagine that just popping up on Mildly Infuriating. Like, I can't seem to get into this tin can. Just lids all the time. Help me, lids. Just constant lids.
r/bad design. There you go. Indeed. Next one is a carton of blank brand cigarettes. Upon smoking, subjects can only communicate through operatic vocals with an effect lasting from 8 to 15 minutes. Recovered in 2004 from Phoenix, Arizona. Current status: a number were consumed a month after recovery by the Site 22 staff. Remainder in storage. Notes: these were a lot of fun. Someone should put them in the break room vending machines if the Foundation comes across a reliable source, said Agent Blank.
Yeah, it's another little fun thing, that one. I can definitely say you can just start having a little sing-song. But that way, if you only communicating through operatic vocals, you just when you're trying to do your work, you just be like, I'm going to put these papers down.
It makes sense if you're trying to buy car insurance, though, right?
Open
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh no, I think I've got them here with me now. I've done some smoking. Shit, I shouldn't have done that.
Indeed. Perfect demonstration, Phil.
Thank you.
Next item, a red 2011 blank 159. Upon sitting in the driver's seat, the driver spontaneously forgets how to use a stick shift transmission. They regain this knowledge upon stepping out of the car. It should also be noted this car has a stick shift transmission, recovered sometime in 2000s from somewhere in Poland. Current status in storage awaiting repairs due to a burnt out clutch. Because everyone forgets how to use it.
forgets how to use it. Stick shift, of course, is manual. That's what we call manual
Yes.
here, but obviously they call it stick shift in the US. That's quite dangerous, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah.
You try to use the car, but you don't know how to use a gear stick.
Indeed.
You learn whilst you're in there. I assume that's why the clutch is burnt out. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually, because they've been trying to use it. But it'd just be weird how you just go in there and like, oh shit, I'm not sure how to do that, and they step out. Oh, wait a minute, I do know how to go. Let me just go back in again. Oh no, I forgot. Oh no, just go in and out and in and out and in and out.
Yes, indeed. Next one, a black and white picture of a flock of sheep that causes any human within a 5-metre radius to feel as if they're being watched. Current status, in storage.
It depends if the flock of sheep are looking straight at you.
Yeah. Indeed,
Oh,
it
will
does,
be.
Phil.
will counting them help you sleep?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Will they? Just go,
somewhere around
"Hello,
there, you're being
we're
watched
watching you."
by a sheep. Alright, next one. A redacted 1600 brand computer. When activated, all peripherals are turned into aged Abbé de Belloc cheese. Data recovery sometime in November 2012 from the Algonquin College in Canada. Current status stored in site blank break room. Notice, I shouldn't have to say this, but since it keeps happening, staff are advised not to connect peripherals to the computer unless they intend to turn said peripherals into cheese, says Supervisor White.
Oh, I would just grab that and just make someone use it, because they could get. Oh, I brought my you know what? Just the other day I bought a really expensive gaming mouse. Did you? Okay, just bring that in. Why do you plug it into here? And like, okay, that's cool. What the hell just happened? Why have I got cheese here now?
Check out my super expensive Turtle Bay headphones.
Yeah.
How does it work for wireless devices?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, but I don't think so, because wireless devices. So you might be able to get around it with that.
Yes,
but
indeed.
I've just spent £300 on this brand new gaming mouse. Yes. Oh no, you have not anymore.
No, you have
The mouse got the cheese.
Yeah. That's the most expensive cheese ever.
Next item, a finger painting of a 7cm square inside of a 3cm circle. Recovered in 2nd of December 2000 something from the Christian Adler Elementary School. Current status undergoing testing. No, I know the ruler doesn't lie, but my brain just doesn't want to believe it. Guess we're doing something right, Agent Morris.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird one. That
yes.
You can put a square inside of a circle that's actually bigger than it.
Yes, indeed, weird one, very strange. Next item, a severed saltwater crocodile head which doesn't experience decomposition or corrosion. When touched or handled physically, the head animates and bites its handler, then returns to its inactive state. Object also regenerates almost instantaneously when damaged. Recovered in 2014 from somewhere in Las Vegas, Nevada. Current status in frozen storage.
Oh, that's a bit bad. Also, have you finally given up on doing the Latin names?
Yeah, but I've given up on that.
Yeah.
Crocodilus porosus. There you go.
I thought, oh, that was very nice. Are you a Roman? Did you live in the Roman Empire?
Well, I don't know, but I'm roaming all over the place with these friggin' videos that we're recording today, aren't we?
Nice.
Hey.
Yes.
Yay. That's another sort of dangerousy one.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose if it bites you, it probably will hurt, but it might not do anything else. Just see active, yeah.
Yeah, I was sort of thinking, I guess this one's almost, but not quite, straddling the line at which it would become an SCP rather than just an anomalous item, given that it can hurt you, but I guess it's not technically classed as intelligent or anything like that, so it's an item and not a...
Not really sentient, and also, actually, that would really hurt, because if a crocodile bites down on you, it's very painful.
Indeed. It is, yes, indeed. You've experienced that, haven't you, Phil? You've been bitten by a saltwater crocodile.
Yeah, just last week actually. I went on a trip to Florida, and no, that's not right, because only in Florida they have alligators. So that screwed my story out, didn't it?
Oh man,
Oh, dear.
Making up stories on the General Strategist channel. Who would have thought?
We only tell the truth here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do apologise. Sorry, I went to Africa. I went to Kenya, and yes, saltwater crocodile bit me, and it hurt quite a lot. And I went, ouch, that hurt a lot. Oh dear, that seems to have hurt. I seem to be bleeding right now. Oh well.
And that is exactly how the story
emotional
ended.
about it.
Yeah. I didn't scream in pain because I can take it.
Indeed. So, item number 100. A blue something candy, which when set on a flat surface begins to spin, accelerating in speed until it reaches a rate of approximately 65 revolutions a second, at which point it instantly freezes in place until picked up and set back down. Date of recovery, 24th of February 2014, from Cedar Springs, Colorado, USA. Good status, consumed by Dr. Blank. Oops.
Oh dear, you don't want to. Well, actually, I suppose inside your body, it's not really going to hit a flat surface,
No,
is it?
it's not.
It should be all right. Because if it ever did, oh my god, inside your intestines or something. Well, actually, there probably is part of your intestine that could be flat. That would be awful. All of a sudden, it just comes shooting out of it rips out of your intestines at 65.
Oof. Good lord. I guess it probably just depends on what counts as flat and all that. Flat and all that. There we are. Indeed.
That's all.
So, shall we go over to some SCPs?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yes. If I can... Oh, here we are. Yep, sorry, I was just getting more gas coming up my throat from my tea just then that I had earlier. Right.
Spinny thing that you've eaten.
Yeah, it's that spinny thing. It's making my insides go weird. So, last time we did up to SCP-024, the game show of death.
God, yeah. That weird game show one, yeah.
Yeah. So we're starting with SCP-025. Now, since I've been reading all the anomalous items, I think one of you can take this first one. So, who wants to do a well-worn wardrobe?
I can grab it.
Okay, he's taking the well-worn wardrobe.
Well, it's a safe object, so that's why I thought I would do it, because I'd like to be safe. SCP-025 is only to be opened during testing, as is the room in which SCP-025 is stored. Entry codes are given only to authorized research and security personnel. No other containment protocols are required. Description.
So quite easy one then, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem it's funny when you notice the safe containment procedures compared to Euclid and Keter, because it's like a list for the containment procedures when it's like Keter. But yeah.
So it's a wooden wardrobe measuring various measurements. Full of clothing dating from a number of time periods. Articles contained within the chest, collectively named SCP-025-1, match the styles of decades from the 1920s to the present. The apparel from each time varies with regard to style. For example, a polyester striped shirt and pair of charcoal suit pants both correspond with general styles of the 1970s. The only unifying aspect of every article contained in SCP-025 is that each one's in poor condition. Moths have eaten at much of the collection, and tears and runs are not uncommon. Oh.
Runs? What do you mean, the runs? Someone having diarrhea? Yeah, diarrhea in them.
So when any item from SCP-025 is put on, the wearer is observed either to die or suffer an injury within 24 hours. The cause of death or injury in these instances is invariably linked to the aforementioned flaws in the clothing, but only ever appears to be an unrelated incident. Wearing a glove with the fingertip cut off may result in the loss of a fingertip through a simple kitchen accident like chopping onions. Similarly, a subject wearing a poncho with a sleeve missing will somehow cause the loss of the uncovered arm, be it an attack by a wild animal or a vehicular accident that necessitates the amputation of the limb. If placed in a sealed, unfurnished enclosure while wearing an item from the chest, the wearer will either seemingly spontaneously contract a flesh-eating disease that begins in the areas not covered by the clothing, or suffer the failure of an organ located beneath an imperfection in the article. Diseases arising from such incidents may or may not be contagious. No study has been successfully undertaken due to the speed at which the strains observed run their course. Recommended that, if possible, samples of the disease be taken to the lab for possible weaponization. Bloody hell!
Yeah.
That's wow. That's quite extreme. I didn't think the wardrobe was going to be this bad. So, if you wear the clothes, you're going to die.
Yep.
I'm not deeming that safe.
As long as you don't wear the clothes, you're fine.
Yeah, I think it's safe in the fact that they can easily contain it. You can just close off people from actually taking the clothes. Yeah.
Well, if you take all the clothes out, do they respawn in there with different imperfections, or? Because you could just destroy the clothing, right, and then it's safe.
Presumably.
Yeah, they might respawn, although they haven't said it respawns. So.
No.
Yeah.
Following is an abridged testing log of SCP-025. More thorough testing will accompany the declassification of the document in its entirety. So these are some tests. The first subject was a 42-year-old white male, D-class, and he had to wear a 1940s-era white tuxedo with a torn seam in the left shoulder. The subject was allowed free roam of the halls under Agent Blank's supervision for approximately 45 minutes. Nothing eventful occurred, however, at Blank. Security tapes and eyewitnesses indicate that D778 appeared to make an attempt at attacking Agent Blank. He in turn overcame the subject with a knife, causing an inch-deep gash in D778's left shoulder precisely at the point where the tuxedo seam was ripped. Test was halted and the subject was later terminated.
So even if nothing happens, they will try and the person who's well, the clothes will try and do something that will make them get that injury. Wow. So it's basically the SCP is basically like using its anomalous to force something to happen to make it work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Looks like the further tests all basically have the similar outcomes.
Is that Connor hinting he doesn't want to read the rest of them?
No.
No. It's forbidden to not read here.
Not to read them.
The next test that took place was a 26-year-old white male, and it was a Boston Red Sox baseball cap from 2004. So this cap was missing the size adjuster in the back of the cap. Logo in front partially removed. And the test results, it was placed in a sealed room with the subject was a table on which... What?
Placed in a sealed room with the subject was a table.
The subject was a table.
The subject was a
on
table.
which were a loaded Jericho... Right. On the table in front of the subject was a Jericho Baby Eagle 9mm handgun, a grill lighter and a hatchet. The subject chose to wear the cap backward for the test. Potential effects of this decision on the outcome of the test are unknown. The subject expressed reluctance to touch any of the objects on the table for several hours. Food and water were provided as necessary, and after 4 hours of general inactivity, the subject picked up the handgun, examined it, and while holding it at roughly eye level, the weapon discharged into his forehead, where the size adjustment band would have been. The round exited the subject near the part of the hat with the missing part of the logo.
See, no matter what you do, you're not going to get out of it. The SCP-025 will try and find a way to make you injured.
Yeah, there was no chance of getting out of that one, was there?
Nope.
Yeah.
Right, so the next one was a 22-year-old white male and a 23-year-old white male, and it was a burgundy striped sweater vest from 1973. The imperfections in the sweater, that it was partially eaten by moths and there were several large holes in front of the sweater. Subject D736 was asked by the researching staff to wear the sweater vest, which he did under duress. The other subject was given a loaded handgun out of sight of the other test participant and instructed to, on a given signal, fire all 6 shots in the direction of D736. After doing so, it was noted that every shot fired passed through one of the holes in the sweater vest, leaving the clothing intact and killing the other subject. The firearm was retrieved, and the surviving subject transported back to his quarters.
Okay.
Wow. So that even the research staff are trying to get him to do it as well. Mm. Sometimes you've got to think of the morals of some of the researchers in the SCP Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely after, like, the other tests, did you really need to do one, like...
Yeah.
that seemed to have such an obvious outcome.
Yeah, I know. And it's basically like these researchers were helping SCP-025. Yeah.
So next one is the sweater vest from the above trial. Same imperfections as before. When the subject was placed in an empty room with a bunch of dimensions, 15 by 15 by 15, the only objects in the enclosure were lights overhead. The subject initially complained of boredom, then laid on his back and went to sleep. After 2 hours and 14 minutes, two of the fluorescent light tubes in the ceiling, two of the light tubes in the ceiling suddenly dislodged and fell. Both landed squarely on holes in the sweater, shattering upon impact. One of the tubes broke into jagged pieces that impaled the subject in several areas, but only again through gaps already present in the sweater vest. Subject's vitals persisted for another 6 minutes, then ceased. Further testing locations will be selected to minimise possible damage to the surrounding area.
Jesus, that sounds like a Final Destination death, that
Yeah.
does.
I was just about to say that. Would you believe? I was just thinking it's very Final Destination-esque. Yeah.
So next one, Dr. Blank, an unplanned experiment. An unidentified individual left an article from SCP-025 on Dr. Blank's desk that looks similar to an item of his own clothing. Any information about this incident or the perpetrator of same should be reported immediately to senior staff. It was a lightweight scarf dyed a number of colours, and the imperfections that it had a heavily pulled seam caused scarf to be considerably shorter and tighter in the middle. The test results, according to his itinerary, Dr. Blank, wearing an item from SCP-025, was en route to the enclosure of SCP Blank on the blank date for routine testing. However, he diverged from his intended path and began in a direction towards an entirely separate wing of the facility. Subject then entered the enclosure of SCP-173 without gathering accompaniment of following safety procedures, and upon hearing the door closing, blinked. Cause of death listed as strangulation resulting from a crushed windpipe.
Oh dear.
Wow.
So, one of the most famous SCPs came into this one.
Just have that crossover right there.
Yeah. The final subject, a 30-year-old Hispanic female, and the article of clothing was 1980s Flashdance style white shirt. The right shoulder was removed, the left sleeve completely cut off, entire bottom hem shredded.
Jesus.
Test results. Data expunged.
Oh dear, it was that bad, I think, then.
All present were presumed infected, then quarantined and data expunged. All further tests involving 1980s era fashion have been postponed indefinitely due to the expenditures and safety hazards presented by the aforementioned experiment. Full cleanup estimated to take an additional blank week.
Bloody hell. Well, that was a bad one.
Yeah, that last one was like, fuck it. Everything's gone.
Yeah, because that was
Everything's
really,
horribly wrong.
They had to expunge the data, so no one was scarred.
Yes. What a curious one that is. Indeed.
Safe, by the way.
Yep, definitely
Still
safe.
safe.
Right, let's go back to the next one. So, Phil, do you want to do 026?
SCP-026, after school retention. Okay. So we've got a Euclid. Euclid time. Special containment. So SCP-026 is to remain securely locked and boarded up at all times when there's no research ongoing. Alarms are set to alert the Foundation in case of entry by civilians or other agencies. You notice a lot of this with SCPs. There's a lot of stopping civilians, and if it's like an open plan thing, it's like make them think it's something else. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll get them away. So, SCP-026 is a 3-3-3-3.
3-3.
3-3. So it's a 6. No, sorry, it's a 9. 3 times 3 is not 6. It's a 3-story public school building built in blank. It has 2 wings connected to a central foyer. It was declared condemned after it was found the floor plan didn't match up to the building's blueprints. Oh, we've got an interview log. It came to the Foundation's attention after several disappearances in the area were linked to visits to the abandoned building. Okay. Obviously, so we'll come back to the interview log at the end. So it's been this bit has been crossed out. The building demonstrates spatial anomalies. Its internal space is much greater than the external surface of the building would allow. Hallways display variable length, while stairways have different numbers of steps going up or down. The number of rooms off the hallways changes each time they are counted. Attempts to reach the far ends of the hallway have met with failure thus far. Entrance through the fire escapes locate the ends of the hallways leads to doors approximately midway down the length of the halls. That's all crap now, because they've edited it. See note 026A. Maybe that's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is considerable graffiti on the interior walls of the school. You know, that looks very Backrooms-esque.
Yeah, it does.
Wait, that picture there.
I was thinking of Lethal Company. That building that me and Red explored that time. It was just amazing.
Right. So most appears typical, including gang signs, names and street art. However, the graffiti fades and reappears, changing location. Writing on chalkboards and bulletin boards changed in a similar fashion. Subjects typically found range from standard school subjects, so mathematics, literature, biology, to more esoteric subjects such as quantum entanglement, blank, and eugenics. One researcher reported one board detailing information about SCP blank, but photograph evidence showed only a blank note. See note 6. Only a blank slate. Sorry, I'm coming back to that note again. The phrase "the children used to sing" has appeared multiple times in various places around the building, but there's currently no explanation for its significance. A number of unconscious subjects have been found in the building, mostly of high school age, ranging from 12 to 18. They are dressed in accordance to the school's dress code, circa blank. Several have been identified as former students or faculty of the school who disappeared after the school shut down, in at least one case more than 10 years after the closure. It's currently unknown how they were transported back into SCP-026. See Note 026-C. Okay. All attempts to wake the subjects while inside the building have failed. On being removed from the grounds of 026, the subjects wake abruptly. They experience a period of confusion before dying from extremely rapid dehydration followed by advanced decomposition. No useful intelligence has been recovered from the subjects to date. Oh dear, this is a bit sad, isn't it, this one? The inability to wake subjects extends to those who fall asleep on the grounds of 026, though the rapid dehydration only seems to affect those who have been found on the grounds of the school. See Incident Report 0612. Note 026A. Robotic exploration and video feeds have shown that the apparent spatial anomalies are caused by change in the perception of observers rather than actual spatial phenomena. For this reason, 026 does not require the expertise of Mobile Task Force Row 8 roadside picnickers at this time. Update. Further explanation has shown that some spatial phenomena do occur. See exploration logs for more detail. That was Note 026B. The contents of notepads, books, and pieces of papers have been observed to disappear, only to reappear on surfaces within 026. New writings have appeared, mostly drawn from graffiti or textbooks. Caution should be exercised in bringing documents onto the grounds of 026. And Note 26C. Several Class D personnel exposed to 026 have disappeared from Foundation control, only to reappear inside the anomalous building. The subject in question had previously complained of dreams identical to those experienced by Agent Malik. Update. See interview log. So we've got another interview log there. And the final bit here, Incident Report 2612. During routine security checks of 026, Agent Malik was found unconscious by his partner, Agent Jones, in the main foyer. Initial attempts at rousing Agent Malik were ineffective, so he was moved for transportation to Site Blank. Upon leaving the grounds of 026, he wrote abruptly in a state of agitation. When questioned, he revealed he'd been dreaming of a classroom setting. This dream has been consistent throughout all subjects who have fallen asleep within the grounds of 026.
Ooh, spooky.
That's a bit of a freaky one, isn't it?
Indeed.
He didn't seem to dehydrate after leaving.
Yeah, he didn't actually.
No. So here's your interview log.
Okay. Yeah, so interview log. So this is the interview with the former principal of 026. Thank you for your time, Mr. Blank. Not at all. If there's one thing I have plenty of these days, it's time. There you go. Just
like very British.
Wow. Yes. So let's get down to business. You were principal of Redacted back in Redacted. Yep, heard of that school before. Is that correct? Yes, that's right. What can you tell us about that? Well, you've heard the stories, I'm sure. Folks say it was haunted. I don't know about that, but things did seem strange towards the end. Tell me about them. Let's see, there were the stairs, of course. You've heard about that, right? People would count 15 coming up and 16 coming back down. I'm sure there was a trick to it, like an optical illusion, but I could never figure it out. And we had a history book that turned up completely blank. I suppose these seem rather tame, but you know how it is. Little things add up. People tell stories. He's gone for a creepy voice now.
That's evil monologue.
Tell me about the dreams. The dreams! Oh yes, people were complaining about nightmares, mostly students, but a few of the staff as well. It was always about school never ending. We joked about it at first, but more people talked about it. I didn't put much credence into it, but well, when we found the blueprints didn't match up with the school, it seemed easier just to move to a new building. The schoolhouse was old anyway, we wanted a fresh start. And just like that, things seemed to settle back to normal. I see. Is there anything else you'd like to add? It's not really much, but maybe make a nice footnote in that book you're writing. I still sometimes have dreams about being in my office back at the old schoolhouse. Sometimes I'm doing paperwork, sometimes I'm talking to someone, but it's always behind the desk, just like old times. But gradually, I notice something's a bit off. The bell's ringing, but I don't hear anyone in the hallway. No students hurrying in or out of the classroom, no chatter, no footsteps, nothing but the bell. And it doesn't stop. The crazy thing is that I'd never noticed the dream until then. I've been retired for 10 years, but until I noticed the bell, I think everything's normal. Crazy, isn't it? I think it's very interesting. Thank you very much. If you think of anything else, don't hesitate to give me a call. Anytime, old bean.
I see. Very spooky. So that was
Very spooky.
that one there. Hang on, is that the same interview log that we just looked at?
No, that's 08.
08. Hold on, so that is a different one then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please have a seat. Thank you. Let's get down.
No, please. Your voice acting is fantastic.
Let's get down to business. I understand you're requesting a transfer out of fieldwork. Would you like to talk about that? Oh, I'd rather not. It's your choice. He's from Yorkshire for some reason. He's from Yorkshire, Lancashire. It's your choice. However, I can't approve a transfer without reason. Look, the agent paused here. You've seen my record. You know I worked on 26, right? I've read the report. he says it's just 26. I was there first time we took one of sleepers out. A lot of them were adults when we disappeared, but they're kids again when we find them. So I see this 16-year-old boy, right, just kind of shrivel away. Oh, I bloody had nightmares that night. You're supposed to report any unusual dreams after contacting a potentially mind-altering phenomenon. It hasn't been declared mind screw yet. We just thought it was a weird space thing. We were just watching it until picnickers got there, and it was a shock, you know. We weren't expecting anything like that. Anyway, I got over it quick enough. I'd seen worse. I once had a guy melt while I was holding onto him. I see. What happened next? Nothing for a while. I went in a couple of times, but didn't see anything too weird. But, look, I know I should have reported it, but one of my buddies just been disappeared. One of my buddies had just been disappeared. That's grammatically correct, isn't it? Well done there. After getting touched by some weird skip, and I didn't want it to happen to me. Skip? SCIP? You've been affected by an SCP? Yeah, it was weird late. I was dozing in back of a van and I started dreaming. Can you describe this dream? Just like others. You've had reports, right? Pretend that I haven't. For the record, Agent Walker. All right, I'm in classroom. It's like one of ones in 026, but new. Not falling apart. I knew teacher's name. I knew he was sitting by me, even though I'd never seen most of them before. Bells started ringing, but no one moved. I raised my hand, but the teacher didn't notice. Finally, tried to leave. Door wouldn't open. Fucking thing. Then I noticed something very strange in my hand. It had colour. Everything else was black and white. But I felt like there was one who was wrong, out of place. That's when I woke up. The van were leaving. No one else noted I'd been asleep. And you didn't think to report this? Like I said, I was bloody scared. And this was before they found Malik. I figured it was just another nightmare, nothing weird. And after Malik had his dream, well, they didn't do anything with him, so I figured it weren't a big deal. He was put on observation. You should have been as well, for your own safety and for the safety of others. You paper pushers think it's all bloody easy, don't you? Sitting behind a desk all day, you don't know what it's like. Well, things aren't so clear out here. Not when you're one out hunting talking cats in sewer, or waiting to see if you're the one who's not going to come back this time, you ruddy fucker. At this time, Agent Walker was visibly distressed. It was several minutes before she... Oh, hang on, before she con.
It's she, apparently.
Hang on a fucking minute.
Oh, no.
No, just keep up the voice.
No. Oh, well, she's... okay, she smokes 50 a day. There you go. Before she's come down to continue the interview. Anyway, it wasn't until later that we connected dreams with sleepers. Not until he found his class bloody D's on second floor. Still, I thought I might be okay. I wasn't actually inside of 26 when I dreamed. I wasn't sure until the dream started. You having reoccurrences? Yeah, started 6 months ago. It's same time, but each time it takes me a little longer to know she isn't real. And when I look at my hands, they're a little more grey. End interview. Agent Walker since been given a Class A amnestic and returned to fieldwork.
Well,
there we go.
What a good time they had. There's also exploration log, so Phil, I think you're still reading.
Here we go. Exploration log 0264, exploration conducted by some agent. Alright, I'm walking into the lobby. Walls are mostly bare concrete, a little paint here and there. Graffiti everywhere, a few beer bottles, some other trash. I don't know, I've gone London now.
It's Londoner.
I'm doing all the accents today. Looks like just an abandoned building. Oh, yes. I'm making my way up the stairs, more graffiti on the walls. Okay, I'm going into the hallway. Peeling paint is kind of creepy. Looks like some sort of sheet fungus. Reminds me of redacted. The doors are kind of weird. Some are really close, others are far. Really irregular spacing. Doesn't match up with blueprint you showed me. Okay, here's a class. It's Yorkshire now. Oh, God. Pretty empty. Some old desks, real old, like they had in the 30s. The chalkboard's got a few math problems in it. Looks like trig. Okay, looks like trig. Who from Only Fools and Horses? Bloody hell. Okay, I'm going to check out another room. Back in the hallway, heading to the next room. Desks look more modern than this one. Made from particle board. More posters here. Look to be from the 80s, I'd say. I recognise some of them from when I was a kid. Looks like Latin on the chalkboard. Yes, I'm taking pictures. Okay, back in the hallway, heading to the next room. Several minutes of silence. There's something really screwy with this place. I could swear the room was just a few feet away, but it feels like I've been walking for hours. Anyway, I'm here. We've got sleepers, 3 of them, 2 girls and a boy. They look to be around 14, 15. They're all wearing the same uniform. Yeah, just like you showed me. Hang on a minute while I take some pictures. Give me a minute. Let me just take some. At least we can figure out who they are. It's like he's just talking to himself like he's gone crazy, this guy. The furniture's pretty... I know he's just probably doing like... feeding it into a tape recorder.
Yeah.
The furniture's pretty old looking. What's left of it? Lots of broken chairs and desks. Nothing on the walls. Chalkboards. The hell? You're not going to believe this, Blank. It's got Agent Blank's notes up here in her handwriting, even. You're going to have to be really careful with bringing here. Yeah, I've got pictures, don't worry. I'm going to check one more room and then I'm out. Back in the hallway now, heading for the next room. Another anomaly. I've been going the same direction this entire time, but I'm back at the stairs. Yeah, I'm just going to head down. I've had enough of this place one day. I'll meet you at the door. The developed photos revealed, redacted. Exploration log 02612. So we've gone from 4 to 12. Wow, we've missed a lot of logs.
A lot of redaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, carried out remotely using a robotic drone via video feed, so we're exploring the first floor hallway. The hallway appeared in poor condition with graffiti on the walls. Comparison with previous video shows the graffiti has changed. Many of the same signs are present but in different positions, some seem new. Doors were uniformly spaced on the wall, some were intact while others were cracked or missing entirely. First room in the hallway was the girls' bathroom. More graffiti on the walls, several broken mirrors, a toilet had been removed from the wall entirely and placed in the centre of the room. There was a great deal of porcelain and glass on the floor. The next room over was the boys' bathroom. This was skipped in favour of exploring the classrooms. Yeah, because boys' bathrooms are usually fucking shitholes, that's why. With shit in the toilet and no one ever flushes. So well done for skipping that one.
It sounded like some repressed memories coming back up there, Phil.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that sounded very traumatic for you.
The first classroom had no furniture. The chalkboard was broken in two. On one side of the board there were a set of lines reading, "I will not pass notes during class-sick." The other side had fragments of a lesson on redacted. There was one poster on the wall depicting Helen Keller. Okay. The second classroom was well furnished with the largest number of intact desks to date, mostly made from wood and steel in a style used in the 1950s. There were 2 sleepers found that had not been reported previously to the building. The first was a male teenager in a student's desk. Comparison with file 02604 revealed him to be Blank, a former student of the school. He was reported missing 10 years after the school closed down at age 28. The other was a woman in her mid-30s sitting behind the teacher's desk. Her identity is still unknown. The chalkboard had a timeline of World War II, overlaid with an intricate piece of graffiti. The third classroom had 15 particle board desks in various states of disrepair. A map on the back wall was consistent with the socio-political conditions of 1974. A bookshelf had collapsed and spilled a set of encyclopedias onto the floor. The robot was then guided to the end of the hallway and back to the entrance. There was no sign of spatial anomalies at this time. Okay, then we have 02615, exploration conducted by Agent Blank, accompanied by a robotic drone. Okay, I'm in. I've got to go on with the voice now.
Scottish, please.
Lobby looks like it. Apparently, it's going to be a bit like Brian Blessed and a bit shouty.
Okay.
Lobby looks like it always does. Probably some graffiti drift. Here comes the robot. The lobby was compared to previous videos. Some differences in the graffiti were noted. Otherwise, no significant changes. I'm heading upstairs now. God damn, the robot's heavy. How much crap did you load on it? You could have warned me. Gonna rest a second on the second landing. Video coming in all right? Cool, cool. First set of stairs was navigated without trouble. The second floor hallway appeared similar to the first floor hallway, though with less debris. I've caught my breath, heading up to the first floor. Wish there was a guardrail. Next time it might be easy to carry the robot and the gear separately and load it in once it's up. The gear's pretty idiot-proof. I think I could probably figure it out. Damn thing must weigh over 100 fucking pounds. Fucking thing. Stupid bastard. Arsehole. Bastard thing. There on the third floor. He's very sweary, this guy. There on the third floor now, I count 12 doors. Weird spacing. That last door's got to be at least 100 yards down. This place is pretty fucking messed up. Rangefinder showed the hallway was approximately 45 metres long, 5 doors on each side, evenly spaced, with one more door at the end of the hall, 11 total. I'm heading in. There's not as much graffiti up here, a bit of debris. I'm opening one of the doors, janitor's closet, and hey, look at that, we've got a fucking janitor there. He's sleeping, standing up. That's new. Male, seems to be in his mid-50s. Name tag says, arsehole. A couple old broomsticks, what's left of a mop. Looks like rats have been nesting in here. They shredded one of his pant legs, but looks like they didn't touch the sleep himself. What? You want samples? Fucking hell, who do you think I'm working for here? Sure, whatever. Wouldn't be the weirdest thing I picked up with this job. Okay, I think that's it. Comparison with file 0264 revealed the sleeper to be a Blank, a former janitor. Later analysis of the rat feces revealed, redacted, recommended future exploration teams wear biohazard gear. Here's a classroom. No sleepers. Couple of desks intact, the rest looks pretty bad. Looks like someone took a sledgehammer to the place. No way, I stand corrected. Baseball bat. Fuck me, I'm stupid. It's leaning against the corner. There's about half a case of beer here, full cans, look like left in hurry. Hey, get the robot to face the board. There's something I want you to see. Looks like Latin to me. Could be significant. Get someone to translate it. It might be a clue to what's going down here. The Latin was found to be a series of sentences showing different conjunctions of the verb vendere, to sell. All were found in Latin's primer, a textbook formerly used by the school. The baseball bat was aluminium, and analysis of the fingerprints was inconclusive. Okay, next classroom. Desk looks fairly modern, 80s I guess. Chalkboard's got a quote from Nicholas Nickleby on it. Yes, I'm sure, it says it right there on the board. The sun does not shine upon this fair earth to meet frowning eyes, depend upon it. Nicholas Nickleby by Charles Dickens. Ooh, I bet Andrew's jizzing in his pants for that reference.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, I just, creaming myself with excitement there, Phil, as you said.
There's an apple on the desk. Looks fresh. I'm tossing it into the drove. Okay, I'm looking out the window. Hey, are you guys still out there? Because I see kids in the schoolyard. I don't see the van or any of you. Yeah, second class from the right. You see me? Weird. The apple appeared fresh on the video feed. However, when removed from the samples bin, it was in an advanced state of decomposition. The drone's feed through the window showed the Foundation van on the ground and the research team looking out the window. No children were seen in the schoolyard. Okay, you want me to head down the hallway? All right, let's see if I actually make it this time. Not holding any hopes. Walking forward. It looks 10 feet to the next door, which would actually put it in the last room. Who's fucking counting here? I can't fucking count. I'm still here. It's just further than it looks. Feels like I've been walking at least a couple of hours. I'm almost there. I'm just going to take a breather. Okay, this is wrong. I've stopped moving, but now I'm going backwards. The hallway's moving past me. Shit. Oh, he does swear. There we go. So he does swear after all. Shit. I just saw the door move past me. I'm moving forward again. That's better. Okay, I'm almost there. One last dash and I should make it. And I'm back with the robot. I knew it wasn't going to work. There's no way to get there, I'm telling you. The video feed showed the next door was 30 feet away. The total elapsed time from one door to the next was 5 minutes, in which Agent Blunt meandered toward the end of the hallway. No anomalous activity was observed while he was standing still. When he neared the end of the hallway, Agent Blunt turned around and quickly returned to the beginning of the hallway. Okay, I hear you. I've got my eyes closed. I'm walking forward. Left, got it. Going straight. Correcting left again. Correcting right now. Okay, this is going a lot faster. Okay, correcting right. Yes, right, I heard you. I can fucking hear you, bastards. God damn it, I'm going right. Okay, left. No, it's not the same direction. But if you think it's that easy, just send that goddamn fucking stupid fucking bastard fucking sitting fucking robot in. Fuck you. The robot was able to reach the end of the hallway with no problems. Agent Blank attempted to follow, but was unable to keep a straight line to the end of the hallway. Just go ahead and send the bot in. I'm not going to try and get until we have a better idea what's in there. Something's keeping me out there. We should figure out what it is before anything else. Look, if you want to know that badly, go yourself or request some goddamn fucking class Ds. I'm not going in. Deal with it. I think this guy's got Tourette's, don't you guys? Do you think this guy's got Tourette's?
Anger management issues.
Indeed.
Yeah, I know. At this point, the robot opened the door and crossed the threshold into another hallway running perpendicular to the first, 30 metres in length. No doors were visible. A single window was observed, but was situated too high for the view outside to be visible. The walls were free graffiti. The left was a dead end, while the right terminated in a left-hand turn. The robot turned around to the new hallway. After 10 metres, the unit's GPS showed to be outside the building, though the video feed still showed the hallway. It continued to the end of the hallway and turned left. Agent Blank was just ahead at the beginning of the original hallway. Turning the camera behind the robot showed only the stairwell with no sign of the second hallway. The unit's GPS showed it by Agent Blank's position at this time. I see another classroom. I don't see a robot, though. I lost track after he went through the door. What do you mean it's outside? Did he go out through the window? Look, maybe the GPS is screwy. Calm down. What do you mean turn up? Why the hell am I... Oh, fucking hell. Okay, that's enough. I'm calling it off for the day. Fuck this. We can come back and we get some fucking... Just get some fucking class Ds in here, all right? Fuck you stupid shits.
Wow, what a dramatic reading from Phil. There you go.
That is a really bizarre... So it's basically a building that just seems to...
It
seems to have weird geometry. Yeah, it fucks with your mind. And they've got some people in there that basically constantly sleep. And if you take them out, they basically die. Wow.
Indeed. I imagine that there's, if you put the pieces of this one together, you could probably sort of figure out what's kind of going on with it, with the references to rat feces being strange and possibly requiring biohazard suits and things like that. Very peculiar.
Well,
time for one more?
I think we do, yeah.
Yep. You are still okay to stick around, Connor?
Yeah.
Okay, SCP-027, the final one we'll do for this recording session, the Vermin God. I'll read this one then, this is a Euclid one. Special containment procedures. The host of SCP-027, currently subject 027-02, is to be kept in a 5 metre by 5 metre containment cell with a grated raised floor connected to a strong vacuum system. All creatures removed from the subject's containment cell are to be incinerated, except for a small portion to be diverted for analysis and necropsy. The cell is to be cleaned and inspected for structural damage daily. Subject 027-02 must be monitored by at least 2 personnel at all times. Any unusual behaviour or vital signs on the part of the subject, or the appearance of any unusual species in the subject's vicinity, must immediately be reported to Level 4 personnel. Security personnel assigned to 027 must be inoculated against all known animal-borne pathogens and must be armed with tranquilizer guns, with standing orders to subdue the subject if the need arises. Until 027 is better understood, no personnel of level 4 clearance or higher should approach within 200 metres of the subject. Okay.
Sounds a scary one, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Description. 027 appears to be a phenomenon of unknown source that seems to be tied to one human subject, currently 027-02, at a time. As host to 027, subject 027-02 is constantly surrounded by swarming vermin that are drawn to his location. The subject does not appear able to assert control over these creatures in any way, and is in fact prone to occasional attacks from feral specimens. These creatures have also been known to attack personnel who approach too closely.
That's interesting. Just saying. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me a bit of there's a skill you can get in Dishonored where you get to actually use rats to kill people. But in that case, the subject doesn't. But you actually get control over the rats in Dishonored. But obviously here, he's not got control over them. Yeah, maybe they got a bit inspired by that.
Possibly.
Dishonored. Yeah.
Wherever the subject goes, an initial swarm of flying insects, such as gnats and flies, will start to form a cloud around him, usually within 2 to 3 minutes. Shortly thereafter, crawling animals, including lice, cockroaches, worms, spiders, data-expunged mice and rats, will begin to appear. The longer the subject remains in a location, the more vermin will gather there. When the subject leaves a location, some of these creatures will follow, but most will disperse. 027 has been known to transfer between hosts once upon the death of the first known host, subject 027-01, see Appendix 1 for more information. Since 027 could likely repeat this feat upon the death of 027-02, all high-value personnel should be kept far away from the current host until more about 027 is understood. 027 is also likely transferred between hosts an unknown number of times before containment. Research into potential previous hosts has commenced, with preliminary evidence suggesting that 027 may have existed for at least blank years. That looks like triple digits.
Yeah.
It is not yet known how 027 chooses or attracts animals, or even what 027 exactly is. The previous host never expressed having any sort of communication with a separate conscious entity. Analysis of the current host has been inconclusive at best. Ooh, okay.
Oh dear. You've got to feel sorry for the actual subject, because he's getting annoyed by the creatures that are around him. Yeah.
Swarmed by rats. Yeah.
Appendix 1.
Insufferable.
Timeline of significant events. So, April, sometime in 1990s, 027-01 is discovered in an abandoned warehouse outside, redacted, that had been completely overrun by rats, cockroaches and other vermin, and is contained and catalogued as SCP-027. The subject is described as a Caucasian male in his late 30s, of average height but gaunt, filthy and covered in bites and scratches. The subject also shows symptoms of degraded mental health, evidence of heavy use of alcohol and illicit drugs, and signs of prolonged sleep deprivation. In October 2000-something, subject expires. Autopsy shows more than 70% of the subject's body, data expunged, a colony of rats nesting in the subject's abdomen for at least blank generations. Yikes.
Oh God.
October 2000-something, between 140 and 150 hours after the subject's death, security officer K-F reports being awoken by breathing problems due to a large housefly having crawled up his nose, later shown to have laid eggs. Subsequent observations lead to categorization of Officer F. as Subject 027-02, the original host is reclassified as Subject 027-01, and Subject SCP-027 is redefined. Oh, okay.
Oh God, so it basically...
For that officer. Indeed. Mm. Appendix 2, transcript of interview 027-201. The following interview was conducted on October 2000-something, shortly after Subject 027-02 was identified and transferred to the containment cell that had housed Subject 027-01. Dr. Jameson: Good morning, Officer F. How are you feeling? Subject 027-02, scared, confused, mostly scared though. Understandable. And itchy. Feel like I need to shower all the damn time. But what about inside? Do you feel anything different inside you, like a presence? Thinks, scratches his head. No, I don't think I do. Haven't really noticed anything like that. You haven't felt anything different since the original host died, besides the itching? No, I can't say I have. What about any sort of voices or compulsions? S getting agitated now. No, I haven't felt anything except bugs crawling all over me. I feel dirty and scared. And Doc, what about my family? You got to get this thing out of me so I can see them again. Of course. Going to do everything we can to get 027 out of you. God, I'm sorry, K. Note, shortly after this interview took place, Dr. Jameson and several other members of the research team for 027 were transferred to the SCP-1772 project.
Oh, I wonder why that was. Okay.
Indeed. Did they try and do something?
Yeah, I don't think you can get out unless you die. That's
Indeed.
And even then, it'll just transfer to the nearest person, was it?
Possibly. Or
Yeah,
someone
I think
within a certain radius.
Yeah, because you have to. Okay, so that's another interesting one, wasn't it? I think out of the three we've had today, I think the scariest one was definitely Connor's one, where you wear a clothes with a bit of an imperfection in it, and whatever happens will injure you severely in that imperfection.
At least it's avoidable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say 027 for me would be the scary one, because you have to hope that when the host dies, it doesn't just randomly jump to you.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, the more than I had 026 was just a place where you get confused and it's easy to just stay away from, really.
Yeah, indeed. What about you, Connor? Which one was the one that stood out to you most?
The one in the middle, the scary school.
Scary school? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to be in a building that constantly changes, because, you get trapped there.
I thought
Not
that the
I
idea...
did, but...
Yeah. I thought the idea with 026 was it's not so much the building changes, it's more it just messes with your head and makes you think it's changing.
Yeah.
But it's also, but they've also got old, classmates in there. They're just constantly in a state of sleeping, and if you take them out, they will dehydrate and die and decompose. Which is awful. So basically, we all have different ones that we thought was scary. That's interesting, because I mostly went for 026. Connor mostly went for no, I went for 025. Sorry, Connor went for 026, and you mostly think 027.
Yeah.
So
curious. There we go. Indeed. Well, in that case, we'll probably wrap up there then, ladies and gentlemen. Since probably it's getting time for us to go and get some food and all that, because I'm getting hungry. I don't know about you two.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Indeed. Okay, well, thank you for joining me then, you two.
It's always
Thanks for
interesting
having
to
me.
read. Yeah.
Yes. In that case, we'll come back some other time to continue on with some more of these SCPs. Hope you'll join us for that then, ladies and gentlemen. So, social media links and propaganda channel link, etc., are in the video description as always, for anyone who might be interested. And other than that, a like is of course always appreciated. In the meantime, it is goodbye from Phil.
Goodbye.
Goodbye from Connor.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye, everybody. And now there's a wind. Oh, shit. Fair view of those bad boys over there. Well, fuck that. We're not going to be able to go in that direction now, are we? We just have to evade. Oh, God, she like auto-locked onto the nearest zombie. Okay, I've got to watch out. Okay, just go. Fucking get moving. Jesus, there's a lot of them here. Through here. I don't want to deal with them. Let's stay and go to the old city pool, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently this game, from what I understand, is not long. It should only take a few minutes to actually play it. I'm going to do anything with the statue. James Sunderland. Is James Sunderland not the protagonist of Silent Hill 2? I could have sworn he was, unless it's James something. I'm sure his name is James, isn't it? There's got to be a reference.